Dear viewer, good evening and welcome to Current Nation. With me tonight, a friend of the community, my friend, the treasurer of Wayne County, Mr. Eric Sabree. Mr. Sabree, welcome again to MEA.
Good evening, Wally. Thank you.
Sure.
Glad to be here.
Well, thank you. Mr. Sabree, a lot of people ask, okay, I'm paying my taxes, every year. What's the role of Wayne County treasurer apply if I pay my taxes every year?
Okay. Well, what happens, Wally, there's a bill that's sent out from every municipality, tax bills twice a year.
Yes.
July for the summer, December for the winter.
Winter, yeah.
So each city or township sends out the tax bill.
Okay.
And that's called the current taxes, current year taxes.
Yes.
And those taxes include even the county taxes, parks, jails, all the county funds that people have levies, library, community college, schools, all the things all the taxing authorities that they're on your tax bill.
Okay.
That's called the current taxes.
Yes.
But if
and I received one for the winter time not too long ago.
Right, in December.
Yeah.
And here's what happens. But March 1st, if people don't pay the current taxes,
okay,
they get sent over to the Wayne County Treasurer.
The first year?
As delinquent tax. Yes.
The first year. So if he doesn't pay first year, it
goes to the Wayne County Treasurer.
I see.
And that's considered, the first year is called delinquent.
Yes.
And the interest rate is 1% a month on the unpaid balance.
Every month?
Every month, 1%.
Yeah.
So total for the year will be 12%.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if it goes the second year unpaid, it becomes forfeited. It's called forfeited. Okay. And the county treasurer, they add on some fees. We add on about $200, $175 plus something.
On top of the 12% that you charge him.
Right, but on the second year, the interest goes to 18%.
Wow.
A year. And it's retroactive to the first year. So that first year of 12%,
yes,
another 6% is added to it.
Wow.
And then you get 18% going forward. 1.5% per month. Okay. Then the next year after that is foreclosure. So you get a notice. You get a lot of notices throughout these periods of time from the fee office, letting people know, hey, if you get forfeited, that means a lien is put on the property as well. So,
from Wayne County.
From Wayne County. So you have a lien on the property. Now you can't sell it. You can't refinance
it. How about he got mortgage in it?
Well, it's still a lien put on it.
Okay.
But the mortgage, you couldn't sell it. You can't do anything until that delinquent tax is paid.
I see.
And you can't really do much with it. You can't refinance, sell it. Mortgage companies usually will pay the taxes because they're protecting their interest.
I see.
They want to make sure that they stay in first position.
So for a person who's got taxes, let's say $4,000 a year. Okay. If he doesn't pay the first year 12, second year 18, and then I'll add the 4 becoming probably 8 or 9.
By the time the 3 years comes, by the time the foreclosure would take place, in 3 years, it's almost double.
Double.
It's almost double.
So it's much better for a person to pay it, because if it's double, that means his situation get worse, and he's gonna end up losing the property.
Man, if you can pay it as a current tax,
yes,
and don't let it come over to the county treasurer, you're so much better off.
I see. But so Sabree, the COVID came, affect everybody in many different ways. If it's mental health or finance or many different things, and a lot of people behind. They lost their jobs, and they behind. Yes, the state helped a lot, and even the federal, they help a lot, but not enough. If somebody work and make money every month, completely different than he gets some assistance one time or 2 times or 3 times. So a lot of people now behind because of what happened in the COVID. And I am pretty sure there is some people behind in 2 years and 3 years. So how are you dealing with that?
What we're doing, we have several programs we work with people. We have hardship extension. That's one thing we do have.
Okay.
If someone has had a financial hardship, lost their job, as you mentioned, maybe they were sick.
Yes.
Maybe they were taking care of a sick relative.
Absolutely, because of COVID,
Maybe they had some terrible things happen with the house. Maybe they had a fire, or they had some roof leaks and things, just causing a lot of problems, and they can't pay. Or maybe they're just older older and unsure, unable to handle their affairs, we have an extension for 1 year. We can put them on a hardship extension.
Okay, tell me more about that.
And that will allow a person not to get foreclosed for a year while they get their affairs in order. In the meantime, they can still get into a payment plan with our office.
Okay.
They can also apply for assistance through the state, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund.
Okay, first let's say talk about the payment plan.
Okay, payment plan.
Payment plan. Somebody's got 4,000 become 12,000, and now payment plan. How much you have to pay every month?
Well, if they're an owner occupant, they own the home and they live in the home.
Okay.
They would just have to pay 10% of that base tax. So that $4,000 you mentioned, say it's in 3 years now, so it's $12,000.
Yes.
So they 10% of that, they have to pay $1,200
$1,200
to get into the plan.
I see.
And
Is
then,
that every month?
And then no, they pay $1,200 down. It's 10% of the base tax.
Okay.
And then they would pay 3% a month.
Oh, that's
so it's
workable.
Yeah, it's much. You know, you're talking about less than $400
exactly
a month
yeah.
to keep their property from going to foreclosure. So they have combined those 3 years.
Okay.
And they have 5 years to pay it off. And the
5
only
years to pay
the only condition is that you can't fall behind on the current tax the next year.
I see.
So if you default once, say for instance the next year after you get into the payment plan, you don't pay your current tax. It comes over. You get to do that one time.
You get then you'd be on
after
default.
that, after you'd be in default. If you do it twice, then you get removed from that program. And the interest goes back up. See, the interest goes down to 6% for this payment plan.
Wow.
6%
from 18 to 6.
Yes, yes.
That's a great.
So if you don't keep up the plan, you can get removed. It goes back to 18%. You don't want that to happen.
Is there a lot of people in this?
Oh, a lot of people.
A lot of people. Because it's a great plan.
It is a great plan.
Yes.
And every city also, every city and township has what they call an exemption program. This is for people who are very low income.
Okay.
So I'm saying you're very low income, say about $19,000 a year, something like that.
Oh, you lost your job.
Very low income. Or you lost your job. You have no income.
Yeah.
Or just about no income.
Yeah.
You should apply for an exemption, which means you don't have to pay property tax.
How I could do that?
You can do that with your local assessor's office.
Okay.
The assessor's office. In any city or township you live, you can go to the assessor's office and say, I want to apply for an exemption because of my income.
Okay.
And then you can fill out the forms. If they grant your exemption and you have back taxes already, what if you have back taxes from 3 years before and you just got your exemption this year?
Yes.
Now, what about the back taxes? Well, there's a program called Pay As You Stay. And there's all out of 18, there are 18 municipalities in Wayne County that participate. Okay. Everybody, all 43 don't participate. But Detroit is one that participates. Dearborn, Hamtramck, Highland Park, many of them participate, many participants. So what happens is, it's your debt now. If your property taxes, it's tied to the value of your property.
Okay.
So you take your property taxes and they look at 10% of the taxable value of the property.
Okay.
If that's less than your tax that you owe, that becomes your new balance.
Wow.
Yeah, your 10% of your taxable value of your property becomes your new balance. And then you have 36 months to pay that off.
Okay.
Without any interest, penalties, or fees.
That's excellent. That's
now,
excellent.
On top of that,
yes,
if you live in the city of Detroit, the Dan Gilbert Foundation has paid off that other little balance that you had.
Yeah.
They pay it off. So you have zero balance. You don't have to pay anything. So
that's excellent.
So we have helped over 11,000 people
with
that program.
11,000 people.
11,000 people in Wayne County.
That's 11,000 families.
Have saved their homes.
Yes, saved their
Didn't
homes.
go into foreclosure.
Yes.
That's great. Now, the program I want to mention.
Yes, let's talk about this.
The Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund.
Okay.
It could be someone already in a payment plan or not.
Okay.
But this homeowner assistance, this federal money, this is federal relief funds. They went to the state of Michigan, and the governor came up with the program, put it with the U.S.
She has $7 billion in plus, so she's coming with a lot of programs, but this is one of them.
This is a program that the Michigan's State Housing Development Authority, or MISHDA, is in charge of.
MISHDA, yes.
MISHDA's in charge. So if you're behind on your mortgage payments, tax payments, which I'm concerned about, the tax payments, of course, utility bills, internet services, homeowner insurance. If you're behind on all of those, then you have had a hardship based on anything to do with COVID-19 from January 2020.
Within 2 years,
Your income is less, your expenses are higher, you had illness, all these things, and you make $92,000 or less
Wow.
in Wayne County, and
Yeah.
you own the home that you live in. You have the deed in your name, you live in the home.
That's 90% of the Wayne County
You could
residents.
be eligible for a grant up to $25,000.
Wow.
And we've already helped 3,500 people in Wayne County with this program. Started last February. And now, no matter what years you owe, last year they had a restriction. It said 2019, 20, and 21 taxes we can pay.
Okay.
But we can't pay anything. They said they added 2022 this year.
So they add 22.
But now, we just heard last week, they're going to add any years that you have before 19,
Yeah.
it could be eligible. So if you owe 2015, 16, 17, whatever years, and you're eligible
They'll
for the
pay for
program,
it.
they'll pay for it. Up to $25,000.
That's a great program.
So most people,
Yes.
we believe, this year will get out of foreclosure because of this extension, this additional information, that they can get their 18 taxes, 17 taxes paid. And you know,
Did they pay rent too?
the tenants now, that's another story.
Yeah.
The tenants are living in homes
Okay.
that the landlord doesn't pay the taxes. So what do they do? Because they didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly.
They were just paying rent, and now the landlord didn't pay the taxes. So they're in a tough situation. If the city, when we foreclose on this property because the landlord didn't pay the taxes, then the city can take the property.
So how do you deal with the tenant?
Well, the tenant has a couple of things can happen. One, they can bid on the property themselves if they have the money. But most likely, they're not going to have the money.
Okay.
Most people don't have the money, because if they had the money, they would have moved. If the landlord's not taking care of business, they say, what should I do? They don't have the money to bid on the property. They can try. Some people actually do it, and they bid on the property, and it goes in auction.
I mean, the money for the
they buy it.
for foreclosure is not the value of the
Right,
house.
right.
It's by far less.
Yes, but here's what happens. Say that the landlord owes $5,000
Okay.
back taxes.
Yes.
Doesn't pay. Well, the tenant then is going to go on the auction block for $5,000.
I think a lot of people
some
will afford it.
But here's the problem, Wally.
Yeah.
They get outbid by investors,
Oh,
people who have more money.
I see.
So there's a program that the city of Detroit implemented called Make It Home. And what the city does, they'll take the property. They'll pay the $5,000 of back taxes to
Okay.
the treasurer's office, take the property, and then they'll work with the tenant to make the tenant the owner.
That's
They
a
do it
great-
like a land
Is
contract.
that HUD?
No, that's the city of Detroit.
Oh, city itself.
City of Detroit is doing that. They work with a nonprofit that does first-time homeowner training, teach the person about home ownership.
Yes.
They take a look at the home, they look and see, is the house in good condition? Are the people in position to actually pay for the house? What can they do? So they do a lot of screening before they take the home. So if they make the decision to take the home, it's okay, we'll take the home, pay the taxes. Now we'll work with the homeowner, give them homeowner training, work with their finances, give them financial counseling, work with them. And then they'll give them a trial period where they'll say you pay each year, see how you're doing, go to the classes, and then if you do everything works out, you can deed the property to them, they become the owner. This has helped over.
What department in city of Detroit they have?
That's planning and development.
Planning
They make the decision
Okay.
on whether to do it, and they work.
Because that's important for the
Yeah,
viewers
yeah.
to know which department to go to.
It's planning and development, and they work with the United Community Housing Coalition. United Community Housing Coalition. That's the nonprofit that the city works with to kind of administer this program.
Yes.
And it helped over I know over a couple hundred people in Detroit since it's been going on for 5 years.
I see.
And we didn't have any foreclosures in 2020, so there wasn't anything in 2020. 2021 we didn't have any owner occupied, so they did it in 2021. So they did last year as well. Some property 2022 got foreclosed. So these tenants, some of them have become owners. But that's the best option for someone who's a tenant. But the other thing I always tell the tenants is, don't move out of the property just because it gets foreclosed. Because some people panic, say, oh, the house got foreclosed, I gotta leave. They start, when do I have to leave? They start packing up, leaving. Don't, because we foreclosed March 31st. But if we sell it in the auction, it's not gonna be till September or October.
So you close your foreclosure in March.
Yeah, March 31st.
But it's not gonna sell till September.
Or October.
So October. So they have 6 months to do something.
They're in the house. They
They're
stay right
not
there.
to leave.
Don't
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
Don't leave. They don't have to pay rent. they don't have to do anything.
Yes.
Just stay there. Because there's no point in leaving. Nobody's going to evict you. Your treasurer's office doesn't evict anyone. We don't, you know, some treasurers around the state do.
Yeah.
They send eviction notices out, but very few, very few.
Your goal always when we talk is your mission is to keep everybody, every family under the roof.
We don't keep them in their home, Wally.
Yes.
You know, they put a lot of money and time,
Yes.
energy into these houses. And think about it. Where are you going to go? I had an 80-year-old lady last Friday. We were in Highland Park.
Yeah.
We had a big meeting in Highland Park. It's 156 owner-occupants, homeowners that could stand and lose their homes in Highland Park. So we had over 100 come out, 102 came out to our meeting.
To the meeting, yeah.
It's 2/3 of the people that were in trouble. That was big.
Because they want to find out what they're going to do.
And it was good turnout because we were able to help all of them.
Yes.
Some kind of way. So we're almost going to wipe out that problem in Highland Park this year. Because the city, what they did, they gave the fire department and the police these flyers.
These
They had,
flyers.
they said go out and pass them out. They did. And they had department heads in the city calling people. The treasurer sent notices out. Come to this meeting and save your home.
Yes.
And they did it. So I had an 80-year-old lady.
Good for them.
An 80-year-old lady was there. She said, I applied for my half to the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund, but they told me that I couldn't get it. I said, why? She said, because I didn't have COVID. I said, no, that's not true. They said, she misunderstood.
Yeah.
She
Only the people who have COVID.
He said, you don't have to have contracted COVID, just have had a hardship.
Got affected by
based on what happened with COVID. You know,
That's
so
right.
she said, yeah, of course I had some hardship. But she said, I didn't have COVID. I thought you had to have COVID. So they asked her, did you have a hardship from COVID? She thought they said, did you have COVID?
I see.
So
Because
she said, no.
probably-
Yeah, she's 80 years old. She said, I didn't know. She started crying. She said, I don't have anywhere to go. I said, what, you know, I can't lose my house. I've been here since 1965.
Oh,
I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I said, don't worry, we'll get you straight. So Wayne Metro, they came too. They had 3 tables.
Okay.
And they were helping the people fill out the forms for the My Half
To
program. Yeah, to get
apply
this
for
money.
this program.
Yeah, they helped them fill it out.
Yeah.
And that was made it smooth. So we have a lot of help, Wally. We have a lot of
That's
help.
great.
People
That's
are working
great.
with us, and it's making a difference. It's making a difference.
Okay. For the people at home, and they get mail and they throw the garbage, or he's behind,
Yeah.
you know, he get dizzy and all that, he lost his job, he's got a problem, and what's your message to them? What they should do?
First of all, is pay attention to the mail.
Okay.
And the other thing is don't give up.
Believe me, I'm not exaggerate, but they pay attention to an interview like this, by far to the mail or
yeah, I know.
email and all that.
I know.
Because they're sitting, you know, in their living room and they watch, and you are here talking to about this.
It's true.
Yeah.
People, you know, because
So what should they
if I could talk to every
Yeah.
person that's a taxpayer that's in
Yeah.
trouble,
Well, yeah, talk to him.
yeah, one-on-one, I'm talking to them. I'm saying, if I
Yes.
can talk to you one-on-one,
Yes. Yeah.
then I can help you. I
Yes.
believe I can help you.
What they should do.
Well, first thing they do, they need to contact our office.
Okay.
If they're behind.
Okay.
Because some people think they're okay, but they're really not okay. Some
Yeah.
people think they applied for the program, and they did.
Some people, they think it's not serious.
Yeah, I know. And they say, oh, well, you know,
Yeah.
maybe it's going to go away like a headache or something. You know, it's going to go, you have a headache today, tomorrow, your headache was gone.
Yes.
They think it's going to happen.
Because they don't have the money. This is the
They don't
problem,
have
you
it.
know.
They're juggling money.
Yeah.
You know, everything is an emergency. Everything is an emergency. Food is an emergency.
Yeah,
Gas is, for your car is an emergency.
yeah,
And when it gets to that point, taxes is like in the back burner.
exactly.
It's low on the
Yeah.
priority list.
Yeah,
So I say this, contact our office.
yes.
You can call us 313-224-5990.
Can you repeat it?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Yeah, you can call us 313-224-5990. You can email us at taxinfo. It's TAXINFO at WayneCounty.com. You can go to our website, which is the best place to go, treasurer.waynecounty.com. It's treasurer.waynecounty.com, and get all the information. We have Saturday hours. We're open now throughout March.
What 5 days a week, from what time to what time?
8 to 4:30 every day.
8 to 4:30 every day. And now it's open Saturday.
Saturdays 8 to 2.
8 to
But
2.
you still have to make an appointment.
I see.
If you show up without an appointment, if it's not crowded, we'll let you in.
That's on Saturday.
Any day.
Oh, any day.
If you don't show up without,
Yeah.
if you show up without an appointment, you might not get in because if it's crowded, we're
Yes.
not going to let you in. But if nobody there, or if you're elderly, you're disabled, you come up there, you know, we're going to let you go. We're going to get you in some kind of way. We're not going to make you leave.
I see.
So,
Is there people speaking different language?
yeah, we have
So we could-
Spanish speaking
Okay.
and Arabic speaking,
Excellent.
and we have someone that can speak Bangla too.
Excellent.
So-
Because, you know, those people, honestly, most of those people, they don't speak the language good. They don't use computer. They don't, you know. Believe me, interview like this benefit to them by far more. And when you give a phone number or website and all that, they're going to take the phone number because this is the easiest way, you know, because they don't want to go computer and go to website and all
We
that.
want to do an all Arabic program too.
Yes.
We do. We
Yeah.
just did one with Latino Press last week in Spanish. We had a interpreter. She translated everything I said. At the
I see.
same time, I
Uh-huh.
said a few words, translate. And we had flyers, and
Is that in person?
it was on Zoom.
On Zoom. Zoom,
And,
it's very hard for them, yeah.
Yeah.
But in person,
Yeah.
and I would love to come myself.
We should do a live.
Yeah. I
town
would
hall.
love to do that, you know, and then, you know, translate to you everything and, you know,
Because we have a lot of our literature we translate in Arabic already.
Yes,
and
I
we
see
drop
that.
it off throughout the community.
yes.
And people are getting that message. We have the Arab American news too. They translate.
Sure, yeah.
Yemeni American
Mhm.
news. They translate the Arabic.
Yeah.
So we're getting the word out. We're doing more. We just got to keep it up.
Yeah, and absolutely, for us,
Yeah.
the commercial you send us,
Yes.
okay, we translate in Arabic and we put it in radio.
Fantastic.
You know, absolutely. And even if you want the commercial itself, we could translate to Arabic and do voiceover in Arabic.
Okay.
Yeah, because the people they need most, your service, is those people who doesn't speak a very good English.
Okay.
So we have to do that for them.
Bring it to make it easy for them.
Yes.
That's what we want to do.
Okay. If somebody didn't go to this program, okay, and he is 3 years behind, are you serious about, I know you're not, I know you have a passion to keep people at home, but if throughout all that, and if he didn't respond, will you be foreclosure on his house?
Right. We're going to foreclose.
When?
If March 31st.
So deadline is March
March
31st.
31st. Yeah, they have to take some action.
Yes.
If someone calls and says, "Look, I don't know what to do," we'll get them to Wayne Metro Agency or
Exactly.
employee in our office will help them figure out what to do. If they just call and say, "I don't know what to do," what do I do? I'm in trouble. And if you're on your home, we'll figure out a way to help you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna
In
make sure
March,
you-
when you do the foreclosure, you're not gonna close on him till September or October.
We won't sell that property.
You won't sell a property, or he'll stay in a home.
Stay in the home.
Can he do something about it after March 31st?
You can't do anything about it.
You cannot do anything.
The only way that it would be reversed if we made a mistake or something. Like for instance, that person said, "I paid," and somehow we didn't show the record, and you find out later it was our mistake.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll reverse it if we made a mistake.
Mr. Sabree, when somebody receives foreclosure, if I receive foreclosure, at that time I see it as very serious. I want to do something about it. You know, if I come to the treasury, can they help me
If
some
they
way
come
somehow?
after March 31st,
Yeah.
nothing.
Because
they can
that's when it gets very serious, when they receive foreclosure.
do. Well, here's the thing: we put the notice on your door in October and November.
Okay.
A yellow bag with all the information in
Uh-huh.
it. That's when it's serious.
I see.
To let you know that in a few months from now, 6 months from now, you can get foreclosed. Less than 6 months. So when March 31st comes, there's no redemption period.
I see.
Unlike it used to be when they used to call a tax lien state, like there is in most states in the United States. Michigan used to be a tax lien state before 1999, where you get foreclosed, but then the person can buy the taxes. They pay the treasurer's office by the taxes, and then you have a year to get it back. You have to pay them, plus you have to give them some extra, the interest and all
Yes.
that, to get it back.
But
So-
he cannot do it
and you
now.
can't do that now.
I
So
see.
there's a difference. You get a longer period of time, but you lose all rights on March 31st.
March 1st is foreclosure. Can they go to Mishta and try to get money from them to pay for the taxes?
All they have to do is apply.
Apply.
They make it-
Even after March 31st?
No, No, before March 31st.
Oh, before March 31st.
Or on March 31st. If they apply and we give us the number, Michigan gives you a number when you do the application.
Yeah.
You get the number, you take them out of foreclosure.
So the deadline, I mean, I want to repeat it.
Yes.
The deadline is March 31st.
Yes.
And if you don't do that, you're going to lose a lot of things. There is a great program with Mishto. They could pay for your taxes, for your rent, for your utility, for up to $25,000.
Not your rent, not your rent.
Not your rent.
Mortgage
Yeah,
payment.
yeah. All that, you know, as an owner, he doesn't pay rent.
Right,
you
right,
know.
right.
Yeah. Because there's no foreclosure for renter. You know, it's an owner.
Right, right.
Yeah. So it could help you a lot. So I advise you honestly to go to that.
Just make the
Mishto.
application. That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Application and you know,
Yes.
and you'll be qualified to up to $25,000 to pay a lot of things related to your house.
It's a real blessing that we have this program.
Yes.
And our governor is, like you said, you know,
Oh, she is.
she's working hard to get
Absolutely.
this money to the people.
Yes.
And we're part of we want to be part of the solution. That's why we're really pushing this program.
Yes.
We support this program more than the state, actually.
Yeah,
we push it hard because we know how much it's going to help
That's
the
right.
people, Wayne County.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, this governor, she's doing a lot of good things for the citizen of Michigan. You know, tuition free for Wednesdays with lowest tax. She's doing a lot of things. And yes, thanks God, she got a plus money. You know, the government give her money, and she want to spend that money to help the people of Michigan.
We're not going to see this money forever.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
We never see this money this kind of money ever
Honestly,
again.
it's done.
Yeah.
You see in the new budget, you know,
Right.
they're gonna cut a lot.
Yeah.
So we had that old budget, and we still have money close to about 5 to 6 billion from the old budget to spend.
Right.
So everybody should take advantage, especially the needy people. And this grant is for the needy people,
That's right.
and to take care of that. Mr. Sabree, give me a last word, about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Because I know how much passion you have for people to stay in their house and to keep the family together. And
It is very important to keep the
Yes.
family together. Children going to school, they live in a neighborhood, people grow up, people have their friends and neighbors. You know,
They know each
you
other
don't,
and all
you
that.
don't want
Yeah.
you don't want to see that broken up.
yes,
Some common mistakes that people make though, Wally. One is people pay the current tax and they don't pay the delinquent tax.
Oh, that's important.
They think they're paying, they get confused or they don't know, they make a mistake and pay the city tax, current tax, like
Okay.
2022.
yes,
But you didn't pay your 2020. So
I
the
see.
2020 is getting foreclosed. Or you know, so you made a mistake, you paid your current tax, of course the city's gonna collect it because you owe it. But it's more important for you to have paid the 2020. So if we find
I'm
out,
sorry to cut you.
yes,
When they receive I receive the taxes.
yes,
If I am behind, if I am delinquent, it will say,
no, we won't say it.
see, that's
See,
why.
the thing, we won't tell you.
That's why.
It's just a
yeah.
current tax bill.
That's,
It's one.
see, they thought this is the taxes, the old
Right.
taxes.
Just
yeah.
the city is sending you a tax bill,
Yes.
and you owe it. And you might get confused and think
Yes.
you pay that.
A lot of people.
Now
do,
you have zero balance.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you had taxes that are 2 years old
Uh-huh.
that you haven't paid.
Yes.
So if we find this out
Yeah.
before we foreclose, then we'll help that person.
Good.
Sometimes the city won't give the money back because they say you owed us the money,
Yes.
so we're not going to give it back.
Mhm.
So we'll just work with them, keep
Yes.
them out in foreclosure. Because we know nobody would pay the current tax
Mhm.
and not pay the delinquent tax
Yeah.
if they knew
If they do.
what they were going to lose their house.
When
Why
I
would you do
receive
that?
taxes, I think this is the old tax. This is the only one. You
So
know?
why would you do that if you're going to lose your house? Nobody would do that.
Exactly.
So we
Yeah.
know that's a mistake. So if we find out that happens, we work with the people. We
Right.
keep them out of foreclosure.
Yes.
If you're living in a house that you don't own,
Mhm.
deceased relative, parents, grandparents' house, you never went to probate. All you have to do is file a probate petition and you can get your property removed from foreclosure. But you have to let us know.
Exactly.
And we have attorneys that can help. Michigan Legal Services, Michigan Legal Aid and Defender, United Community Housing Coalition. All these, they have free attorneys that can help a person go through probate.
As long as he come to you, you can tell him, you know,
Say,
this organization, they have their own attorney, and they'll help you for free.
and you can just file the petition.
Yes.
And once we know that you filed, and you show us that you filed, you get a receipt that you filed for the petition, we'll take it out of foreclosure. So those are some things that people can do
Great.
on their own.
Well, Mr. Sabree, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
So much.
Thank you, Wally. I always love being on your show. Thank you so much.
I love to have you to give that very important information to the community.
Thanks
Yeah.
again.
Thank you. Dear viewer, that was my interview with my friend and a friend of the community, the Wayne County Treasurer, Mr. Eric Sabree. And I talked to him a lot of time. This person have passion to keep the family in their home. And his office, they try everything to help you to stay in your home. Please do not ignore it. Do not ignore it. Even if you receive the taxes for this year, you know, I think they sent it in December or whatever. Okay, find out, call the treasurer and find out if there is any taxes from last year behind. Because if you pay this, you still have to owe that 2-3 years we were behind. So please call them. And they have so many programs to help you. So you know what? If you, yes, you lost your job, you are nervous now, you have stress and all that, but those people, they're gonna help you. They're gonna solve your problem. And there is an organization that offer you attorney for free to defend you. So all you have to do is to call. And we have the number in the screen, so please go ahead and call them. And believe me, if you stay in your home, Mr. Sabree, he'll feel very comfortable and very happy that you did something to stay in your home. So please make him happy and do that. Thanks for watching and good night.